Let's see. How are we doing today? Let's see. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Let's see where we're at. Hey, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you like it. All right. So today, let me just open us up and see where we're at. So I'm gonna go into Scratch, and then I'm gonna go to the My Stuff panel. I'm on scratch.mit.edu again. I'm sure. So I'm gonna look for us. We're Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Here we go. Is this us? My goodness gracious. What all have we talked about, huh? We talked a little bit about Booleans. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's see. Did we talk about loops? Did we talk about lists? Let me see. We've got, I have a list of things that I always like to talk about in these. I like to talk about event handlers and variables and the data types that variables can be, like a Boolean maybe. We talked about that. We talked about strings, like the kitty's name is a string, a collection of characters or symbols. We talked about the fact that you can store a number. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about I used a loop here. I've used a loop, which a loop is just something that happens again and again and again. Haley, we're doing Scratch because we're learning to code. This is a class about coding. And if you're younger than a middle schooler, that means I teach you Scratch. Which isn't to say that I wouldn't teach a middle schooler or an adult Scratch. I think Scratch is lots of fun. I think Scratch is super cool. It does have its limitations, though. I'll be frank there. It does have a few limitations, but overall, it's pretty easy. It's a pretty good, nice, clean way of getting started. Okay, so send a link. All right. I'll send a link to begin with. So if I go to the project page and I copy the link, very good, see inside. All right, so to all panelists and attendees, here's the link to the project as it is right now. But don't worry about following along too much. If you have two monitors, great. But if you only have one screen, you should really just be watching me and either writing down what I say or drawing a picture while you listen to speak. Or some way of remembering what I said, but anyway, I used a loop here, but it does not look like. Okay, so we talked about data types. We did talk about the Boolean operators and all that. You know how I know? Because I know, like I see the breadcrumbs that I left from this conversation, and I sort of explained this in a clumsy way. Like I have false, and then if I duplicate that and I make it true, like 1 = 1 was true. But I changed for some classes. I started saying, does the word true contain the letter T? And I think that was a little easier to understand maybe. But either way, the Booleans in Scratch are a little, maybe, hopefully more confusing than it needed to be. But I mean, hopefully not too confusing, but basically, the Boolean is just either true or false. Let's see. Anyway, so basically, what do we use Booleans for? Why do we care? We use Booleans to see, like, didn't we use it to see if the kitty was friendly? Let me see. Oh yeah, here we go. If I hit space and I'm counting fruit. Oh my goodness, you guys. We talked about lists. Are we done? Where am I actually setting up? Where am I actually setting up the items of fruit? Where did I put it? Is it inside the bat? What is fruits? Let's see. Bananas, apples, okay. Did I just make it one time and forget about it? Where is it? Okay. Oh, here we go. Make a list. Yeah, so here's the function. If I want to call the function, like let's just say hypothetically, okay, that I like deleted all the fruits, or that my list of fruits was empty. Watch this, okay? I have defined a make list block. Okay, so I can actually just put it here on the oh, see, I have it here on the when flag is clicked. It's just make list. I made my own project. Okay. All right, so that's it. That's the that's everything I wanted to talk about. You know? So, now that we know how to program, now that those of us who've been here and paying attention and everything, now that we know how to program, what should we do with it? What should we program? Yes, I'll teach you how to make a list. Absolutely, it's right here. You want me to make a different list? What should I make a list of? A list of Minecraft? Sending? What is that, Alex? I don't know what you mean. Try to make a game. Yes, Johannes. Yes, that's what I want to do. Holidays. Okay. List of holidays. Okay. Finish the Flappy Bat. Did we do? Oh, we already started on Flappy Bat. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Who reminded me that Flappy Bat exists? I could try. I'll make a little bit of headway on the Flappy Bat, Justin. But thank you for reminding me that was what this was the class that I started Flappy Bat. Okay, just kind of keeping it all straight. I have a convention for this. So I'll make another list. I'll make it inside Flappy Bat. Why not? You know? Yes, you can make animations. Yes. Animations are how to make games. I'm making a game today. That is what I was supposed to be doing. I was not supposed to open this old project up. Although I did share it. So that demonstrates most of the things that I wanted to demonstrate. The only thing that I did not demonstrate was broadcasting and receiving a message. That's in the events. Okay, broadcasting and receiving events. So if like one sprite broadcasts an event, like it's kind of like an event emitter, the other sprite can like receive that event, and then as soon as that event is broadcast, then the sprite that receives it will then do things in response to that. And I probably do that inside Flappy Bat anyway. So let me make sure. Let me see where it's at. Flappy Bat. Flappy Bat. Password generator. I wonder if I could just search. Did I not name it? Hold on. This is highly irregular. Let's see. Untitled. Untitled. That's super sloppy. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. Everybody's like, there, I see it. It's right there. Okay, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12:30. Flappy Bat. Okay, all right. So there's I named it. Now I'm gonna see inside of it. Okay, so where was my project? When I hit space, let's like look at the code. Let's talk about it for a second because some people weren't here. When the flag is clicked, okay, then the flag is right. Then the all right, okay. That's kind of good. But okay, look, I'll click the flag and then I'll hit space. See, this is my Flappy Bat. When I hit space, he jumps. See what I mean? And that's accomplished with I guess that's inside the when flag clicked. So I go to a specific position of the screen, okay, which is like basically the middle of the screen, except it's like 85 pixels to the left of the center of the screen. Okay, that's what that X minus 85 means. And then here I'm setting the velocity in the X direction to 30, but it's just pretend because the bat's not actually moving 30 degrees to the right on our screen. Instead, the buildings are moving 30 pixels to the left every frame. Okay, so that's what the X velocity is really doing. The Y velocity starts out at 0, but gravity starts out at minus 3.5, and then forever and ever, we're constantly changing the Y velocity by gravity, which means we take away 3.5 every time. We go through a frame, and then we're changing Y by that Y velocity, okay? You know, as you do, okay? So that's how the bat jumps, basically. The way he jumps is that when I hit space, it periodically, it switches his costume, but maybe I should, you know what I think? I think I actually this needs to be a little bit, I have that weight block. I don't really want that. I don't want the setting of the Y velocity to wait on anything. That's more of an animation kind of a thing. People ask about animation. This is how you do it. If you notice, every time I hit the space bar, he actually flaps his wings. That's intentional. Okay, I'm switching his costume to the Bat B swing, or the Bat B costume, rather, which is this guy. Okay, and then it changes again, right? But I forgot logic for this. There's one other missing component of this, because look, it sets it back to Bat A. But I think that if the Y velocity, let's see something. If Y velocity, let me do it like this. I'll make an if clause, okay? This is my if clause. Ready? I'm going to do a conditional statement. If, and then I'm going to need my mathematical operators, and I'm going to say less than. So I'll say less than, and I'll say maybe 10, okay? Or maybe if it's, actually I want to say negative 20, because remember, if the bat's falling down, then the Y velocity is negative. So I want to check to see if the Y velocity is less than negative 20. I think that's because I want to do this bit where if the bat is falling down really fast, then I actually have this bat.c, or I mean bat-c costume. So let me do that. I'll go to my variables, get my Y velocity, and check to see if the bat's, every time I check to see if the bat's Y velocity is less than minus 20. And if so, then up in the looks, I'm going to switch the costume to Bat C. And let me see if that does it properly. Let me just... You know what? I like it. I think I did good with the minus 20. That's a good... You know what I mean? You see how it works? All right, cool. Now, we have this whole set building gap height. What is the building gap height? The building gap height is essentially this. Let me see if I can get it. I think if I go here, because it is broadcasting, right? See how it broadcasts gap height? So let me just do it. Okay, see, like really these should be at the same X position, because it is a Flappy Bat game after all. But if I actually call it out, like set gap height, it's random. You see that? It's totally randomized where these buildings wind up. But The building gap height, if I actually show it, yeah, you can actually see it. Okay, let me go back to my variables. I don't want to see B. Although I do want to rename this because I noticed a typo. Okay, so I'll say okay. But anyway, so building gap height A, every time I click set building gap height, it changes to something random. But it's always between negative 90 and 9. And the reason I need this global variable for the building gap height A is because for this building and this building, this one says when I receive it, the lower building says set me to building gap height A minus 100, and so on and so on. This one says when I receive gap height A set my Y value to building gap height A plus 250. You see what I mean? The flag clicked on the bat, like I said, that's like basically setting his position and also instantiating this falling loop, okay? Which I could separate this out into its own function, right? Or another thing that I could do, because remember, the only reason that I would separate this out into a function is to keep my thoughts straight. But in the spirit of keeping my thoughts straight, I could also right-click it and just add a comment. This makes the bat fall. Okay? So there you go. Now there's a comment on there. All right? And that's just a good, yeah, that's nice. Okay, so I can expand and collapse my comments and keep things straight there. Well, let's see. I know that my buildings, let me just code my buildings. I know that my buildings need to be list costumes. Oh, yeah, you guys wanted to see me make a list. I'll go ahead and do that now. So this is a review of how to make a list. And the reason that I'm doing this part is because I don't want necessarily to have the same costume on the building every time. I want to kind of like randomize that a little bit, okay? This is going to be a list of the costumes for the building. So here's the building, and if I go to the building and I look at the costumes, there's building A, building B, building C, building D, building E. Now, if I go over here, it's the same. It's the same because guess what? Even though I chose a different costume, like I chose building J, but it goes just from A to J. Okay? So I'll do that. Like what I'm going to do, I sort of want to, okay, let's do something kind of interesting to accomplish this, because if you notice, there's a pattern here. I just want to have fun today. I just want to do something fun. I don't know if I'm going to finish this game, but I do want to do something kind of fun. And you know, I think, well, anyway, like if I actually want to list all these off, I could just make a string with the letters of the alphabet up to J. Okay? You make the bat fall with the gravity. Look, it's in here. Like, hold on. If you want the code for the Flappy Bat project, I'll go ahead and share that now. If you're trying to follow along and you can't figure it out, it's better right now to just kind of here, Flappy Bat. Okay. There you go. There's the project for Flappy Bat. And so that basically the idea behind making him fall is that there's a loop that's constantly running, and every time you go through the loop, he has this speed, right? It's his y velocity, okay? And so you change his position based on his speed every frame, okay? And then because gravity is acting on him, you have to change his speed by gravity every frame. Okay, so two things are happening every frame. Matter of fact, I could probably see it if I actually go to the code. Okay, so you see it here. Change y velocity by gravity, change y by y velocity. See, two things are happening here. Okay, so his position is changing and his y velocity is constantly changing too. Let me I'll make invisible the building gap height A just so you can see it. There's the gravity, there's the y velocity, and of course his position should be pretty evident. So you see, the y velocity is constantly changing, and it's unfortunately it's too hard to see. But it's like every time you see it change, it's changing by we're taking away 3.5 off of it. Okay, that's what's happening. Gravity is taking away from y velocity every time. Okay, and the y velocity is constantly affecting the actual position of the bat. Okay, that's how you make it fall. Okay. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about though, I wanted to talk about the define list costumes. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit fancy with it. I'm gonna make another variable. I'll call it like the first part of alphabet or something like that. Like, hold on, make a variable. Letters A through J, right? So that's my okay, hold on. That y velocity is like kind of distracting me. What I am going to do is letters A through J. Okay, so here's letters A through J. Right now it's a 0. And that's not good. I'll go ahead and set it. We'll go to variables and set letters A through J like so. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What's the next one? H, I, J. Oh, I'm done. Okay. So that's the letters A through J. Get it? Now, let's do this, okay? Let's have a loop. I'll go to the control loop, and I'll say, I actually first, before I do anything, remember what I need to do? I need to empty out my list. Delete all of building costumes? Yes. Delete all of building costumes. Okay, so to actually populate the list of building costumes, now that I have my letters A through J, I have this string here. So I'm going to create a control loop. I want to see it though, just a second. I want to see this. I want to see this list of building costumes. I would like to know more about this list. Okay. So there's my list. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, so far so good. So now my letters A through J are the letters A through J of the alphabet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a control block, and I'm going to grab this repeat 10 times. But I don't really want to repeat 10 times. Now this time, you guys, I actually am going to go to the green length of operator, okay? This is the string operator. And I don't know if I mentioned last time, which I did. Yes, I did. If you try and do this on if I try and do this on like building costumes or something, expecting like 10 items, I'm going to get in trouble. But I can expect 10 out of this, out of letters A through J, because it is a string with 10 characters. So I'll just put letters A through J in there. And if you see length of letters A through J, it's 10. Look, I'm wasting my time. It already had 10 in there. Okay. So for every letter, for every character in this is what we're going to do. Actually, I need another variable. Look at me go. One more variable, okay? Current letter. Okay, fine. I'll say okay. And the current letter is really going to be a number. It's really a number, okay? So I'll do this. I will duplicate that block, set current letter to 1. Where is it? Current letter. set it to 1. Okay. Okay, there I clicked it, and there it goes. Okay, so first I delete all of building costumes, and then for like 10 times, I'm going to repeat this action. My action is going to be going in, and I'm going to add to the list. Add to the list. Add thing to building costumes. And what is the thing? It's going to be a string. So it's going to be, how does this work? Costumes, it's called building dash and then the letter. You see that? Building dash A, building dash B, building dash C. So what I can do over here is, where am I at? Where am I? Okay, I can grab an operator. I can join the string. Okay, watch this. I'm going to say join building dash 2, and then inside my list, I'm going to grab item 1 of building costumes, okay? Ready? Here I go. Wait, I also have to do one thing. I have to do a couple of things, but I'm going to change, every time I'm inside the loop, I'm going to change the current letter by 1. Okay? So here we go. There. What did it do? Did it do it? Building dash building. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's unexpected behavior. Item 1 of building costumes. Oh, yeah, no, not item 1 of building costumes. See, here I am. I need to join it not to an item of building costumes. I need to join it to, where's my list? Letter 1 of the A through J. My goodness. How negligent. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, really what I want is letter 1 of A through J. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right, let's try this again. Did I do it? Oh, it's building A forever and ever. Okay, so instead of saying letter 1 of letter A through J, maybe I should say current letter of A through J. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna have to make it a little bit smaller. Let me drag this down so that we can see everything clearly. Okay, so I'll click it, and there it did it. Did it do it? Did we win? We win. Now what happened was, first I set the letters A through J. Okay, no surprises there. The current letter right now, it's 11, but every time I start this up, it's gonna set it back to 1. So you kind of can't see it. Maybe I'll put a little weight block in so you can kind of see it a little bit. Here, let me wait. Maybe I'll wait like 0.4 seconds or something like that. So maybe you can see it now. Look, see that? See how the current letter is counting up every time, and that's how you do it. Okay? The game is supposed to be a Flappy Bird game, but here's the thing. Now that we have this building costumes list, we're in great shape, okay? Because we're going to get to randomize which buildings show up on this side, okay? We're going to get to randomize costumes from it. Because watch what I can do. On this building, I'm going to make a little function, okay? I'm going to make a function, make a block, okay. I'm going to call it get random costume, okay? Get random costume. Okay? So I'll say okay. And get random costume is going to do this. I'm going to grab a looks block that says switch costume to. Okay, and yes, I absolutely could grab these from the drop-down menu, but guess what? There's something magical that I can do. Super duper magical. And this is because I experimented. I found out that I could do this because I was experimenting. I was trying to make a password generator. I sort of did it. I kind of did it, but kind of. Okay. I can switch costume too, and then I go into my variables and I say item. Wait, item. Yes, item. Item what of building costumes? Okay, but I don't necessarily need to do like item one. I can say, I can grab a random number, random two, and then I'll duplicate this length of, and instead of 10, I'll say 10 right there. See how I'm doing it? Pick a random number, 1 to 10. Okay, so now get random costume. Okay, cool. I mean, it seems kind of funny, honestly, to have a variable, or I'm sorry, like a function for this, but I went ahead and did it. So here we are. Now, the point is this: when the flag is clicked, or actually when, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rename this function. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll edit it. That's it. That's the ticket. Instead of get random costume, I'm just gonna say initialize building. And can I make it for this block only? That's okay. Okay, so initialize building. First, I'm gonna choose a random number. Then I'm gonna set my Y position to over here. What is the Y position? Or the X position, I'm sorry. 245. Is this, can they all be at 245? It looks like they can. Okay, then that's what I'll do. I'll go to my motion blocks. I will set my Y, or set my X. Set X to 245. 245. And the other thing is when I receive. Oh yeah, that's right. Set Y to building height gap. Set building gap height A. No, I'll go ahead and keep that there. That's okay. I'm just trying to think about how to organize it, you know? This is when you get to get creative with the programming, okay? You got to think about, oh, what's the best way to put everything together so that it's not confusing? How am I doing? Let's see. Yeah, it is super hard. You can make it easier, though. You can make the gravity weaker, make the buildings a little bit slower. Maybe we'll make it moon flappy bat. You know what I mean? I already did Danning. I sent the link to the game. Just scroll up. You'll find it. I'm going to do it again at the end of class, okay? Teach Minecraft class. Oh, Dayton, that's awesome. So glad. But every time there's a Minecraft class, it looks like I'm already teaching coding during those times. You know what I mean? And if I'm being totally honest, I'm having a blast either way, you know? Okay. Sarah, would you like me to review anything specifically? Part of this is just to give you guys a taste of what's possible. You know what I mean? I think the only way that you're really going to understand this stuff is, number one, hopefully you followed me up to this point. And number two is that, what do you call it? Like, number one, you followed me up to this point and you were here every day and so on and so on and so on. And then part number two is you have to get in there and play around with it. There's no getting around it. You have to make your own project. You have to like really think about what you want to build and go and try and build it. If you don't think of something to build yourself and then go and try and build it, you're not going to be able to learn to program. It's just as simple as that. Because watch, me rattling off all the different like things that you can do in programming, like me rattling off what is a string, what is a loop, what is a Boolean and a conditional, like that's all great. Like if you're able to pay attention to that, good luck. You know, congratulations. That's more than I can say. I have to like I mean, that's sort of a necessary part of this process, but it's kind of not the most effective part, and it's definitely not the most fun part. Like, it's just kind of like this necessary evil. But now we're past it. We're to the point where we're making projects. You know what I mean? So part of the reason that I'm doing this and moving as fast as I'm moving is, number one, if I didn't move fast, I wouldn't be able to build the game at all. Because look at now, I'm still not done. Like, we're in the middle of day 2 of building Flappy Bat, and I'm hitting a wall. I'm hitting my time wall again. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot to making a game, right? So I have to go fast in that respect too. So just, if you don't understand it, don't feel bad. My advice is, when I share the link at the end of class, open it up, remix it, and play around with it. Just break it until you understand it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would do. I think that's the best thing for us moving forward. You can do asteroids. You can do Slither. And I'm glad that we're sharing our projects. That's cool. As long as it's all good. Let's see. What I'm going to do is... Okay, so what I'm trying to do is... This is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to set up the behavior for the building now. Like, I made the list. I hope whoever wanted to know how to make the list kind of saw me make the list. I admit I made it in an even more sophisticated way than I did the first time. But I kind of like it, you know. I kind of like to play around and have fun when I code sometimes. The initialized building is where pretty much the magic happens. Like, I think all I have to do is what set that off? That set building gap height. Okay, well, I guess I defined them over in the back, even though these are building functions. But that's because there's going to be like at least 4 building sprites in my game. So I'll go ahead and no, I'm almost ready to duplicate them. As soon as I can get the first 2 behaving the way that they should be, then that's good. Okay, so low building is going to do this. Yeah, set building height. Wait a minute. Was this only in set building gap height A? Ooh, maybe it does need to be in the building. It does, doesn't it? Let me see. Okay. Well, all right. Okay, so in initialize building, it's going to set the building height. Oh, but that was supposed to affect them both. Set building gap height A was supposed to send the message. What happened to the high build? Wait just a second. I'm very you know, oh man, maybe the low building will have to suffice, but okay, hold on. Look, can I just look, this is what I'm gonna do. This is my solution to this all. I'm actually gonna grab the definitions and throw them in there. Which hopefully that worked. Yes, did it work? Yes, it worked. Okay. I'm just doing this the best I can, as best as I know how. Actually, I'm not going to... Yeah, that's already not what it needs to be. So I'm just going to throw that away for now. And then if I say, now what? Okay, all right. They're kind of doing it. They're sort of doing what they need to do. The only thing is that this define initialize building thing needs to go on to the high building too. And so let me try it out. Wait a minute. This was supposed to be... Uh-oh. Set building gap height A. Oh, fiddle. Well, okay. Define initialized building. No, I don't want it anymore. I don't want it anymore. And this one. No, I don't need to do that. I think, okay, hold on. This needs to be, I just need to pull this in. I'll put that there, and then I think that's, yeah, see, it's redundant now. Initialize building, set height, yeah, that's redundant, so I'll put this here. All it's going to do is randomize the costume and set the X property when it receives the gap height set. So hopefully this is all tied into one event. There, see, it's randomized. The height is randomized. And I think there's a couple of costumes that are just not working out too well. So really, I'm gonna, maybe for the high building, I'm gonna say plus 250, maybe plus 280. It's gonna make the game easier though, you know? And unfortunately, it's also going to be a little bit higher than, like, it's going to be biased towards the high end, but that's okay. Okay, look, if I click the flag, then there they go there. But as soon as they hit this other Y or X position, it's like minus 250. So if X is less than minus 250, then I have to say set building height gap A. Okay. So here, as it's moving. Wait, no, that's a different part. Where's my logic for actually moving? Okay, here I go. Change X by minus 1 times X velocity. Very good. But then if, okay, watch. If the X position ever gets below a certain threshold, so if, and then I'll go to my operators and I'll get less than again. Okay, and I said minus 250. No. In here. Let me put this back up where it belongs. Okay, so change X by minus 1 times X velocity, or by minus X velocity, as it were. But if the X position of the building, which is over here in my motion blocks, if that ever gets below negative 250, then that's when I get to fire off my set building gap height A. Okay, which I guess I think I'm gonna change this name. So let's change it. Now, instead of saying set building gap height A, because it's doing everything, right? This is now just kicking off all of it, okay? Initialize building. Initialize A buildings. Because lots of things are listening for this. Say, okay, lots of things are listening for this. Okay, the high one and the low one, well, two things are listening to it. But there's more than one building anyway. If the lower building ever gets like past this certain threshold, then there we go. Okay, so initialize buildings, that sets them both to the same part, and if I click the flag, yeah, you see it? And then look, it's randomizing the gap every time. But I saw an unwinnable gap. Almost. Yeah, see that one. Maybe I'll do this. Hold on. Let me just make it super easy, okay? I'm just gonna have to make the game easier. What I would do is What I would do really though is I think if I just go into the building and do this, like for the low building, okay, for the low building, this is what we have to do. We have to kind of like measure on our screen like the height of it, and just anytime we don't reach that height, then what do? We gotta grab the select tool, move the whole thing up a little bit. I wish I could just grab the lower part and just make it like longer, which I guess I will. That's I'll change it a little bit, okay? And then so is that basically the same height? Yeah, it's basically the same height. But you see what I mean? You gotta now we gotta go in and we gotta do it for all of these, okay? Bring it a little bit up. We'll stretch it out a little bit. Oh no, I'm messing it up. I'm making it wrong. Oh man, hold on. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, just be careful when you do it. So let's see. See, I gotta, you kind of like go off of what you can. Let me see if I can make it. Oh man, see, it's not like I'm losing. But I mean, you could probably go and just for yeah. This one was the main culprit though, right? Yeah, see, this one is like way too high, so I can at least move this one down. Actually, let me move the windows down with it. Okay, and so on and so on. So that's how we're gonna make the game. Okay, very good. Let me try it out a little bit. Like I know I'm not actually you know what I can do? We got a little bit of time. So let's say he hits the buildings, right? If the bat hits the buildings or if the bat falls to the bottom of the screen, both of these things will initiate the same function. So now, see, this whole time I've been making my own personal blocks. This is the situation when you need to make a block, okay? You need to make a block, okay? Because there's two different things that are going to cause this third thing to happen. And the third thing is the game over screen, okay? So I'll make a block on the bat, and the bat this is going to have like end game, okay? So I'll say okay, and then I'm gonna have to have this variable for like, game state, okay? So if end game, then game state will be I guess, what do we call it? The start screen. So end game, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set game state. Game state is going to be start screen. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to have this button, right? I feel like I'm getting a little... Here, you know what we'll do? Let's just do this. I'll do it like this for now. And then, like, well, no, let's see. Do I have it? I can do it. I can do this. Okay, look. The lists. I need to make these invisible for a second. Make my list invisible for a second. And then I need this whole other thing. This is going to be different. This is going to be tied to an event. So I'll have a button. Let me make a button. Okay. It's actually going to be an apple. Not really. No, that's a bad idea. Hold on. I'm going to go choose a sprite, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to grab a button. I'll grab this button. Okay, but then I'm going to go into my costumes, and instead of the... Wait, this is the one. Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, so let's add some text to it, and let's color the text black. to, okay, anyway. Start. Okay, and then I'll just move this. I think I can just move this. I wonder if I could just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that's where I'm leaving it for now. Okay, so when this sprite is clicked, this is the code, okay? When this sprite is clicked, I'm going to broadcast a new message called start. Start game, okay? Let's be as clear as possible. Okay, so that's all that does. It just broadcasts start game, okay? But when the when the flag is clicked, then our looks is going to be show. Okay. And when I click this, it's going to hide. So I'll click it and it hides. I click flag and it shows, and I click it and it hides. Okay, there we go. That's the start game. Also, I need to set the game state. Okay, so set game state. Set game state. What did my game over say? Set game state to start screen. Okay, very good. Set game state to start screen. And unfortunately, you're going to have to be consistent. This is the idea. Okay. When I click this, then it's going to set the game state. Okay, to active. I'll just say active. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So here's the back, and instead of this, when flag clicked, I think when flag clicked, the first thing that's going to happen is that I'm going to hide him. Okay, that's all it's going to be. And then over here, instead of listening for the flag clicked, this is going to say, and let's see. Yeah, when I receive, right? When I receive start game, then there you go, okay? So let's try it out. Like, I'll click the flag and then I start. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, when I receive start, we have to show the bat now. So I'll go to looks and I'll go to show. Okay, when we receive start game, we're going to show. Okay, matter of fact, I know that I want that over there. I want it over there. Okay. Okay, so when I receive start game, show. And when flag clicked, hide. Okay, I'm going to put that there too. And over there too. Okay, so let me try it out. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that part is good. But really, let's see something. There's a problem here. Where's my show? Show, when flag click show? No. Oh, because here, hold on. There's this whole logic over here, which is that I need to, I need to do set X to 230. Okay, good enough. I'll just put that there. Okay, look. Stop the game, hit the flag. When I press start, then, okay, they've already gone. Okay, so I need to make sure that this isn't doing that until the game start is hit, okay? So this I'm going to get rid of. When I receive game started, then start moving and doing all that. When I receive start game. Okay, let's try it. No. What do I do? Oh, because is that? Hold on, guys. I think I forgot something in my I don't know. It seemed like it was working earlier, but I don't really want that attached to the when flag clicked. I want that set to the when I receive start game. Okay. Initialize A buildings. Oh man. Here, I'll try it out now. No. Stop. It was working. Okay, but if the X position is less than 250, then initialize A buildings. I don't get it. What's my position? It's negative 249. Okay, all right. Fine. Hold on. 40. If it's less than 240, then what? Okay. Start. There we go. Okay, so that's my start. Yeah, see, I'm doing it. The only thing that needs to change is that if I hit the building, man, this is not easy. I'm losing it. Maybe this is a little too fast. You know, if I was you, I would play with the speed on this. But if the bat hits the, yeah, we're out of time. But if the bat hits the building, then what? Let's see, where am I? Okay, so if, okay, over here in the forever loop, I can just go to control and I can say if, okay, and I'm going to go to sensing and it's going to be touching the building. Oh, I'm going to need a big OR block. Hold on. This is it. This is the last part. If touching, oh, I'm going to need 2 OR blocks. So if touching low building A, duplicate. If touching high building A, and then I need another OR. Okay? So I'll stick this OR inside that OR. And then I need to say for the bat, just for the bat, I want to make sure that his if his Y position ever gets below a certain level, which right now his Y is like minus 191. So I'll say if his Y is ever below minus 190, then this is true. So I'll grab the motion blocks and grab the Y. Okay. Let me see if I can just, no, I need to grab, yeah, did it. Okay. Okay, then what? Then set, in my events, broadcasts, no, actually, set game state. So set game state, okay. Set game state to start screen. Now the problem here is that I need to broadcast this. You know, I got to broadcast a new event. Broadcast game over. Okay, so I'll say okay. But the thing is that when I receive game over, let's see if I can do this quickly. When I receive game over, then I'm gonna hide the bat. Hide. Where is it at? In looks. Hide. Okay, so I'll copy this code into the building. I'll copy this code into the other building. I'll also copy it into the start button, but inside the start button, when I receive game over, I'm going to show. Okay, so let's try it out, okay? Start and hit the bat. Okay, start. Oh, I can't do it. Hey, this was supposed to disappear. The high building was supposed to disappear. When I receive game over, hide. I don't know. I tried. Okay. Let me get the code. That's it. That's it for Flappy Bat. Okay, copy the link. Next time, we'll come and we'll do like Minecraft. Some people wanted to do Minecraft. I'll try and approximate Minecraft in 2 dimensions, okay? Thank you guys for joining me again. I'll see you guys again on Monday, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check in case anybody wants to stick around to see. I think we do. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yes, I will see who. Oh, no. This is it, huh? Yeah, this is it. Well, thanks for joining me, you guys. Get in Scratch. I don't think there are more classes. I think I was wrong. But thank you guys for joining me. I had a blast. Okay? Have a great day. Bye.